Hi, Epstein with your morning flash update, and this is an active business morning, and we're sitting here right now on the 15th of February, 2024. Boy, time's gone by, on about 8:15 a.m. Central Time. So before I get too far, we should go to the economic data because that's what today's all about. Jobless claims came in lower than expected, down 8,000 at 212. You did climb in the jobless. That seems to be wobbling on the longer term, getting a job again. The layoffs continue. We got to pay attention to that. But you haven't yet seen in the jobless claims the numbers in both numbers starting to lurch forward. That'll be a sign when it occurs, and if it occurs, that the job market is definitely weakening. We're not there yet on that number. The Philly Fed number, a surprise and a big beat. Up 5.2. They expected a -8. It's a beat in prices paid. It's terrible on the employment index. There's that sign that I'm looking for, little problems there. New order index, still a negative, but not as bad as it had been. The shipment index, you're shipping out of inventory. That's a good piece. And you're still a negative in inventories, but not as bad. In the New York Fed Empire Manufacturing Survey, a -2.4. They expected it much worse than that at a -15, and the prior was a -43.7. It's not a positive, that's a negative. So it's gradually coming up, and we're seeing that in the ILI if you keep watching the ETFs. Then we watch the employment index. It had been a -6.9, and now the market, if you take a look at it, it is a -0.2. Then we take a look at the orders index. It's still a negative, but an improvement. If we take a look at the prices received, that's the inflation. You're picking up. Prior was 9.5, now you're at 17. Prices paid, people paying up for all this. Then we get to inventories, negative number there. When we come to advanced retail sales, this was a big negative today. So is the consumer retreating? It looks that way on this number. You were down 0.8. I will probably send out this whole report to my paid subscribers this morning so they can look at some of these. Advanced sales ex autos down 0.6. They had expected it up 0.2. So there's the weakness showing up. Import-export prices, where they were up 0.8, they expected it flat. They didn't give me a number on the export. I'll have to wait and see what that is. Federal Reserve, the industrial capacity and utilization just came out. I can tell you the number that I was looking for was the capacity utilization. It came in at 78.5. That's the worst reading in a year or more. So that is starting to slip. That's another thing the Fed looks at. National Association of Home Builders, that come out with their index at 9 this morning. So we pay attention to all that. So where are we in this marketplace? All right. So in the stock market, we're up again. Nothing dramatic, but we are higher in the market. You are seeing that the metals are getting a bounce as the dollar is finally taking a little bit of a breather. I don't call 35 points a crash. It's a little bit of a breather. And we're getting a little bit of a bounce, as you can see, and had a nice bounce here in the euro. Carried a number of these markets higher. It sold off a little bit from the highs already. Japanese yen also. I'm looking at these markets as potential sells on the rally. In the grain markets, I'm going to repeat over and over, a high dollar, increased southern supplies from the southern hemisphere. Very hard to want to be long at this time of the year in these markets. You've got a mixed bag in the Brent and the WTI, as you can see. Heating oil prices coming down, and bonds and notes giving back some of the bid. Now, another market that's took off today, again, you're at new highs on this move. In Bitcoin, Ether's also at a new high. It's recovering numbers made, I think, back from 2021. So you're getting good rallies in those markets as, again, investors pile in. It flies in the face of our Securities Exchange Commission Commissioner Gensler, who again yesterday came up basically bashing, going, there is no purpose to Bitcoin and Ether. They're done on these exchanges that have absolutely no controls. He's anti them all the way, 100% in, but the market isn't. And the fact that he had to give the ETF, since it's done it, the markets have been seeing flows of money back into another asset class. Now, I want to remind you, this is the time to take advantage of what we're doing. We've got all of our different reports. This just goes all the way down. I would be going for chart of the day if you haven't seen what that's at. our charting software. Try it against what you're using. I think you're going to be surprised how much more robust it is. I know you all get married, with this firm, I got to try this. I don't think you're going to find that to be the case. And by the way, this charting software we have can be plugged in to send orders to many different firms. If you take a look at what we've got through here on everything, pivot points, the Aruna indicator, all kinds of freebies, market research, give it a try. Move your cursor up to the top, you'll see an icon, or you can go to iraepstein.com. You heard that? iraepstein.com. When you get there, go to free offers. That'll take care of it. With that, I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great trading day. I'll catch up with you at the end of the day with our market wrap-up and get ready for tomorrow's PPI report.